If you've ever felt like you've been giving more than receiving, maybe tolerating disrespect, or perhaps you're letting yourself go a little bit, or even maybe you're staying in situations that aren't actually adding any benefit or value to your life. If so, this video is for you. Today we're talking about 5 signs that you're undervaluing yourself and how to stop being a dumb bitch. And when I say dumb bitch, I mean the version of you that forgets her worth, the one that overextends, the one that overthinks, and overlooks what she truly deserves. No, we're not doing that anymore. And no, this isn't just about money. Value is something you put on everything: your time, your peace, your energy, your boundaries. What is value? Think of it like this. You value honesty, kindness, emotional intelligence, loyalty, right? None of those things cost money, but they mean something to you. They're useful and they're meaningful. That's value. But a lot of us were never really taught how to value ourselves. We just picked up habits from how we were treated or what we thought we deserved. And sometimes, even when you know better, you don't know how to practice it. I really love this quote. I originally heard it from Perks of Being a Wallflower whenever I read that book in high school, but the quote is, "We accept the love we think we deserve." Because for years, I was accepting way less than what I deserved, especially in relationships, but also in the workplace. My whole quality of life changed when I started putting my foot down. So today, I'm sharing 5 tools that helped me stop undervaluing myself so you can start showing up like the version of you who knows your worth. Tool number 1. When was the last time that somebody gave you something? If you can't remember, we need to have a talk. We need to have a heart-to-heart. Yes, we do. This is going to sound crazy with what I'm about to say, but there has to be some level of accountability here. Because if you're constantly giving to others, especially to one specific person, you've got to look at that. So my advice is to create a receiving list. You can do this in your notes app or you can physically write it down. Totally up to you on what you want to do. But for 7 days, you're going to track what you give and what you receive. I think it would be best to do this for just like one person, but you can do it for multiple people if you feel a type of way about it. Do what works best for you. The types of ways that you give to people could be emotional support, monetary gifts, favors, advice, anything that requires you to give your energy. And this isn't really about keeping score. It's about seeing the imbalance within your relationships. It'll show you exactly where your energy leaks are. Then after the 7-day project has ended, you've got to ask yourself, would I continue giving to this person if nothing ever changed? And if the answer is no, you then can start to see your time and your love as currency within your relationships. Number 2, if somebody is talking to you crazy, and I mean with the most disrespect, and you're letting it slide, you are normalizing disrespect in that relationship. Here's my advice. Start practicing your responses to this person out loud whenever you're by yourself. It sounds crazy, especially if you don't talk to yourself out loud normally. Let's say somebody is cussing at you or they're calling you a name or something like that. Practice saying, "I don't accept being spoken to this way. Let's take a break and come back to this later." Or you can say, "I value calm communication. If we can't have that, then I don't want to continue this conversation." It's really not about you arguing back and forth with somebody. It's about you setting the tone. Rehearsing out loud gives your nervous system some sort of like familiarity. That way, the next time it happens, you'll respond with self-respect rather than shock or silence. The more you practice, you'll start to realize disrespect is not normal. It's a mirror of their behavior, not a reflection of your worth. Tool number 3, something that I think a lot of people need to practice, especially in relationships, but whenever you're staying in a situation that's not adding to your life, you've got to ask yourself, what is the benefit of me being here or involving myself in this situation? What is the value being added to my life? If you're in a friendship or a relationship that's constantly draining you, it's time to get honest. Here's what I would do. Make a pros and cons list the old-fashioned way. Column A could be things like what I value. For example, you could put like growth, consistency, kindness, and column B can be things like, what does this relationship bring? Sadness, distrust, anxiety, confusion, or whatever it is that is going on in the relationship. Basically, the left side is going to be the pros and the right side is going to be the cons of what you're currently experiencing. When you put it on paper, you'll start to see one side is probably imbalanced. It'll also help you stop romanticizing the potential in the relationship. And if the list doesn't align with what you value, you already know what needs to change and a decision is going to have to come. Moving on to tool number 4, and this one may seem small, but it's actually really huge. When you stop taking care of yourself, it's usually not because you're lazy. It's because deep down, you feel like your needs don't actually matter. Here's a tool that helped me. Grab some sticky notes and write affirmations on them that reflect how you want to care for yourself. One of them, for example, could be, I deserve care and nourishment. My needs matter. And then once you do that, stick them to where you'll be able to see them on a daily basis. I like to stick mine to the mirror, so every time I'm looking in the mirror, I can remind myself of whatever I want to say. You can Google some affirmations that go along with your certain situation, but it's important that you stick these in places where you see them every day. So maybe a light switch, maybe a mirror, maybe the back of your bedroom door. It doesn't matter where you put it, just as long as you're seeing this every single day. And I know this might sound cheesy, but it's going to help rewire your brain. It helps associate self-care with compassion versus criticism. You'll stop viewing it as optional and start seeing it as foundational, because your best self needs care to exist. And last but not least, tool number 5, thinking you can't do something out of fear. My girl! Fear is super sneaky. It'll make you believe you're not capable or not good enough. But really, it's just holding you back from what your heart truly values. And this whole thing started because of you not valuing yourself. Your heart values you, but your brain is not letting you value whatever it is that's keeping you from not doing something. So this is what I do, my advice for when fear creeps in and you think you can't do something. I want you to think about your body posture in that moment. Stand up straight. If you're sitting, sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, put that chest forward, and take a few deep breaths. And if you can, say something out loud like, I'm safe, I'm capable, and I choose courage. Then take one small step forward, whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's sending a text, closing your laptop, walking into a room, whatever it is, take that step forward with your body posture changed. And the reason I'm saying this is because fear normally shrinks us physically. We kind of like do this physical recoil. Expanding your body, moving your body in a way that feels more confident, lets your brain know that you're safe and powerful. The more you practice this, the more you'll realize courage isn't a feeling. It's a state that you can access through presence. You are not powerless. You're preparing for expansion. You have to get through it to accomplish it. I'm super passionate about this because I've struggled with everything that I've mentioned in this video, like staying in relationships for too long, accepting less than I deserve in those relationships, ignoring my own needs, tolerating disrespect. I've gone through all of those, but these little tools, regardless of how simple and stupid they sound, have actually helped me become more secure and value myself more. They helped create little patterns and create mental shifts. You deserve to live your strongest, most aligned life, where your value is not up for debate. I hope that this video helped inspire you to work on valuing yourself more, or at least think about it in a completely different way. If it did, please leave me a comment below saying an affirmation like, I'm done undervaluing myself, or you can switch it up with some more confident energy and say like, I'm that girl and I value myself, because I'd love to create a community where you can feel open with many people, strangers on the internet, or just telling me that you are willing to put in the work to change and value yourself more, because we're not on that dumb energy anymore. We are leveling up. Yes, we are. Anyway, I hope this helped you, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.